It is the end of another year. How do you feel? Do you feel like time is flying by and you're just trying to keep up? Do you feel like you've made great strides in the progress towards your longer term goals? Or do you feel that you are not in control of your life? Do you want to feel more in control, more intentional, more purposeful? I do. Research has shown that what you pay attention to grows. Tony Robbins states, where focus goes, energy flows. And if you don't take time to focus on what matters, then you're living a life of someone else's design. I don't want to live a life based on someone else, what they think is best for me. I want to create and design my own life. Buddha is quoted as saying, what you think, you become. What you feel, you attract. What you imagine, you create. What do you want to create for next year? What do you want to attract? Feel, do? What do you want to focus on? Today's topic is word of the year. Have you ever had a word of the year? I came across this a few years back, and I really felt that it helped me to focus and create how I wanted the year to go. I've just finished up selecting my word of the year for 2024. If you haven't chosen a word of the year before, or have in the past, but not yet for this coming year, stay tuned. I'm going to share with you the process I took in choosing my word and a little background about why a word of the year is beneficial to have, how to select it, and what to do after you have chosen a word, and some frequently asked questions about the process and the word of the year. So, why have a word of the year? Your word of the year can act as a guide. It can give you clarity and focus because it guides your attention, your daily actions, and your decisions. It helps you focus on and pay attention to the goals that you have and the actions you want to work on. It's like a constant, gentle reminder to focus on creating positive change in your life, designing the life you want to live. It's just a solid point of reference and a simple one word motivation when things get tough. Your word of the year can also act as a filter. It can help you determine your priorities and your most important goals right now and for your future. It serves as a measuring stick. Your word can determine if your goals have shifted or are still in line with your priorities. You can see yourself grow mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually closer towards what you want. Your word of the year can connect and weave various parts of your life together, so it's easier to see how they all relate and affect one another. Like your health, your business, your relationships, your word of the year can bring them all together and connect them. Your word of the year could also set the tone on how you want to feel this year, really giving your heart and your soul what it really yearns for. It's a really fun way to set your intentions and create a theme for the new year. So, how do you choose a word of the year? Well, before you choose a word, really you need to get into a relaxed state, removing all distractions. You need to take time. This takes some thought, some reflection, and it needs to take some distraction-free time. Maybe go for a walk in nature, maybe meditate for a few minutes so you can become more self-aware of what you really want and the intentions that you want to create. So once you're in that relaxed state, reflect on this past year. So you could take out a piece of paper, journal, just reflect on it. You can write down like everything that went well over this past year. What are you really grateful for? The state of gratitude is wonderful to get into and be in when you're thinking about your future and what you really want. So on the other part of that, once you've written down things that have gone well and what you're grateful for, now it's time to reflect and write down what you would like to change, or what do you want more of in your life? So as you're looking back, you might be thinking of things, oh, that was really well, but man, I wish I could do this. I want more of this. Write those things down. Now it's time to review what you've written down and answer some of these questions. How do these things make you feel? Because really, you want to embody and align your heart with your mind and really connect deeply with your soul on what it is that it really yearns for. So, how do you want to feel? What do you want more of in your life? What could you use less of in your life? What core values are you not living out as well as you would like? So, reflecting on these questions can help pull out what it is that you do want. What do you want to focus on? How do you want to feel? If it's the end of 2024, how do you want to feel? What emotional state do you want to be in? What do you need more of? So, as you answer these questions and as you move through them, it's also good to visualize what the perfect day would feel like. Often we don't connect with our feelings. This is really kind of important to really make that connection. Visualize your perfect day. What would that feel like? How would you want your morning routine to feel like? Not just what you do, but how do you want to feel? How do you want to feel at work? How do you want to feel throughout your day? How do you want to feel when you come home from work or in the evening with your family? How do you want to feel right before bed? How do you want to feel in different aspects of your life? Maybe your health, your relationships, your finances. So visualize and connect with how that would feel. Now create a list of words that come to mind or review some of those feelings or action words that you may have written down in the previous questions. Then take these words that you're writing down and look up a related word. So look up the synonym of the words that you have written down for other ideas. Sometimes synonyms of words actually resonate better with us than maybe the first word we thought of. So we've reflected on the past. We reviewed some questions to get us into how we really want to feel, what we want more of in our life, what we want less of in our life. We visualized how we want the perfect day to feel. And we've created a list of words and added to the list of words with synonym related words. And now it's time to review your list and narrow them down to your favorites. So, looking at your words, choose up to 5 words that really speak to you. What words really come up for how you want to feel this coming year? What words come up that you want to, that embody like what you want to improve personally or in relationships or another area of your life? Pick words that demonstrate how you want to show up throughout your day, how you want to show up for others, how you really want to feel. Or maybe it's a word that you just really know in your heart that you need more of it. Trust your gut with this. Let the words pick you. Let the words pop off the page and call you by name. And if needed, Take some time, sleep on it, review, and just let those words come in and out of you and see how you feel about those words. Sit with the list for a couple days, sleep on it, talk with others about it, pray or meditate about it, journal about these words, and then choose one. Choose one that really speaks to you and answer this question. Are you just interested in this word, or are you committed to this word? If you're just interested, you'll likely make excuses for not making changes or not continuing it, or really just forgetting about it altogether. If you're really committed to this word, you will do whatever it takes to embody the word and bring it into your life so you can truly live it out. All right. So you've chosen your word, you're committed to it. So let's really anchor it in. What does this word really mean to you? Journal about it. How do you define it? How do you define it in your life? How does it relate to the different areas of your life? So brainstorm ideas and actions on how you would implement your word in the different areas of your life. And now plant your word in your mind. We've got to remind ourselves every day of our word. If we're committed to it, we're going to remember it. How do we do that? Well, write it down. Write it down everywhere. Post it. Use sticky notes. Put it on your fridge, the steering wheel in your car, your bathroom mirror. Someplace, remind yourself every single day of your word. You could change the password on your laptop to your word of the year or a quote that's related to it. Buy some jewelry. There's often a lot of jewelry out there that has various words on it. Find some jewelry with your word on it and wear it. Create a vision board that encompasses what your word means to you and how you're going to live it out this year in your life. Use it as a personal hashtag when you're writing on social media. It doesn't matter if nobody knows what it means. It's yours. You're reminding yourself of how you want to show up, how you want to feel, and how you want to live out this next year. Get creative. Get creative with your word. Design wallpaper for your computer screen or your phone lock screen. Decorate your planner or your journal with your word. Make some artwork for your home that displays the word in a way that brings out the feelings that you want to create while you're living this word out. Collect inspiration about your word from different articles, images, or quotes, and put them in a physical folder or put them on a folder in your computer and go back to it, relate to it, pull them out, use them for your vision board, use them throughout the year, pick a new quote each month. But really, it's about being intentional and using your word of the year in all aspects of your life. While you're making decisions and choices, remind yourself of your word. Set your priorities and goals with your word in mind. And ask yourself, is my word of the year relevant here? Am I living this out? Am I choosing to respond by the way my word makes me want to feel? Use your word to plan out your week and incorporate it into your daily actions so that you really, really, really are able to live it out fully. So you've got this, you've got your word, you've chosen it, you've embodied it, you have a way of really living it out. But then there might be some of you that have some questions. So here are some frequently asked questions about using and implementing a word of the year. It's June. Do I have to wait until January 1st to start? No, no, it's okay to choose your word of the year at any point during the year. You might come across this podcast episode and it's June. It's okay. Start now. You have half the year. Just imagine what you could create 6 months from now. It's really more about helping you focus and be intentional about designing and living the life you want, the way you want to, anytime you want to. You can start at any time. What if in a few months I don't like my word? Can I change it? Yes. You don't have to stick with the word that you choose all year. You can change it. If it starts not feeling right, go through this process again and choose a more appropriate word. It's okay. You are learning and growing and changing. Life changes all the time. You can change your mind. You've done it lots of times. You can change your mind on your word as well. I have like two or three words that really speak to me and that I want to use. Do I have to pick just one? No, you don't have to choose just one word. You can choose a set of three related words. For example, live, laugh, love. We've seen that. It might speak to you in different areas of your life. So you could choose words that are really specific to more areas of your life. Maybe health has a word, maybe work has a word, maybe relationships have a word. Wouldn't get too far beyond three. You could choose a new motivational word every 3 months, every quarter. This gives you a time frame to make the most of each word that you choose for the time you need it. So it goes well if you are really focusing on 90-day sprints or quarterly goals. Find a word that fits for you for this quarter, for this point of your life, and then revisit it at the end of each time period and see if it's still relevant. You may need to change it, you may need to upgrade it, or maybe it's just fine and you keep it for the next 90 days. You can also choose one core motivational word and then add to it. So you can choose an additional word to add to your main word every 3 months. For example, your core word might be fearless. Quarter one might be fearless and abundance. Quarter two might be fearless and grateful. Quarter three might be fearless and aligned. And quarter four might be fearless and generous. So you can play with this. This is your word, this is your life. Make it fit. But the real intention of the word of the year is that it can bring focus, intention, direction into your life. It can be a filter for how you see and what you want to experience more of in your life. It is grounding. A word anchors you, allowing you to feel more in control of designing your life the way you want to live. I would love to hear your word of the year. My word is aligned. What's yours?